Hi, this is Gabriel, and my goal today is to offer a $35 video for free for a limited time. If you like what you see and you meet someone that can get a lot of value out of this, let them know about this video. So you're going to want to remember this website, mastermathcourses.com. Remember to watch the video from beginning to end so that you're able to get all the mindsets for this particular problem from this walkthrough.
Right? So now what we need to do is we need to plug in f of a. In our case, f of a is this one, so this would be a, this would be b. Our f of a would be 0, and we want to know if f of 0 is equal to f of 2. That's what we want to test out. And we need our function, our original function. So f of 0 is, well, if I plug in a 0 in here, a 0 in here and a 0 in here, all of these three terms go away and we're left with 3. So f of 0 is 3. What we want to happen is f of 2 to be 3. So let's see if we get 3. If I have f of 2 here, and I plug in 2 in for all these spots here, minus 2 times 2 squared minus 8 times 2 plus 3. So far, the walkthrough of this problem shows us that f of 0 is 3, and we need to know whether this is 3. Well, what's 2 cubed? That's 8. 8 times 3 is 24. Minus, this is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. And 24 minus, well, if I add these two up, because they're both negative, that's 24. So 24 minus 24 is 0. So all of this becomes 0, and we're left with f of 2 equaling 3. So yeah, they do pass the third rule. So we check that. Now the question says, if so, find the value c. So the value c is this value. And the important thing to note about this number c is that it's an x value. X is equal to c. We want to know what the x value is. And the other important thing to notice is that we need to take the derivative of the original function, which we already did, and set it equal to 0. So what we're going to do is, what's the first derivative? F prime of x is equal to 9x squared minus 4x minus 8. And the number that we said that we wanted, since we wanted to know what the c value is, in this case, that is the c value, we needed to set the whole equation equal to 0 and solve for that x. So 9x squared minus 4x minus 8 is equal to 0. And we want to find that value. Well, what type of equation is this? This is a quadratic equation. We can solve those by factoring, but I have a feeling that this isn't going to be factorable. And so what we're going to do is we're going to plug it into the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula says this. You can find the x value if you plug it into negative b, and you add it to, and subtract it to the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a, where this coefficient is a, so 9 would be a, b is -4, and c would be -8. So x is equal to a negative b, so a negative of a negative is a positive 4, plus or minus the square root of b squared. So what's the square root of 4? 16 minus 4 times the multiplication of AC, which would be a -72. Divided by 2a, which would be 9. And that would equal to what? Well, 4 times 72, I got to be 288. 288 plus 16 is what? So far I have 4 plus or minus the square root of 6 plus 8 is 4. Carry the 1. That's 10. That's 3. Divided by 18. And that's the answer. We could simplify that a little bit, but I'm just going to leave it right there. And that's going to be, essentially, this is going to be my C value. So if I plug in this C value, what this is saying is that if I were to graph my equation over here, so that's my original equation, which would start at 0, and we said that if I plug in a 0, that's over here. If I plug in a 0 in for my x, I would get a 3 in for my y value. So 0, 3 is a point that I know I have in my equation. So at 0, 3, 1, 2, 3, that's where the graph starts. And then at 1, 2, up 3, I have the other point of the other interval. And what we found is that somewhere in between here, there is this C value, which we found it to, it's not precisely in the middle, it's a little bit off, but we found this C value, which is this number here. So if I were to plug it into the calculator and approximate some type of decimal, then that would mean that at that C value, the slope was equal to 0. And that is what Rolle's theorem is all about. Each problem presents different obstacles, and what I'm able to do with these walkthroughs is offer many similar problems to resolve wherever you're stuck. If you're done watching this video, it's safe to assume that you found this video valuable. So refer us to your friends. And of course, we're always trying to improve, so let us know how we can do that in the comment section below.